You wake up, again. Night after night, your sleep is hijacked by urgent trips to the bathroom. And the real reason why may be far more serious than you think. In this video, you'll discover what's really behind it, and how to stop it fast, naturally. It starts off subtle. One trip to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Then, two. And before you know it, waking up to urinate has become a routine. You might even joke about it. Must be my age, or I shouldn't have had that tea before bed. But deep down, you sense that something isn't quite right. You may not realize it yet, but these nightly interruptions are more than just a nuisance. They could be early signals from your body, trying to warn you before something more serious sets in. You're not alone. Millions of Americans get up during the night to urinate, often assuming it's just a normal part of getting older. But the truth is, this pattern is not as harmless as it seems. Disrupted sleep affects nearly every system in the body, from your immune response to your cognitive function and even your emotional stability. And worse, it may be the first visible symptom of an internal imbalance that, if ignored, could gradually erode your long-term health. I want you to understand this deeply. Waking up to urinate is not just a bladder issue, it's a body issue. Something is off, and tonight we're going to unravel that mystery. You deserve uninterrupted, restorative sleep. Not only because it feels good, but because your body depends on it for healing, hormone regulation, and overall rejuvenation. And here's something you should know up front. By the end of this video, I'll share a simple yet powerful bonus tip that could double the effectiveness of everything you learn here. It's a technique so straightforward that it almost sounds too easy, but its results are surprisingly impactful when combined with the natural methods we'll explore. Now let's get clear on what's really happening. What causes this frequent night urination, known medically as nocturia? Most people assume it's just about drinking water too late, but in many cases, it has nothing to do with your fluid intake at all. That's what makes this so tricky and so often misunderstood. Nocturia can be linked to a number of hidden factors: hormonal imbalances, blood sugar spikes, even mild inflammation in the kidneys or bladder. And yes, stress plays a huge role, especially when it interferes with your body's natural rhythm of fluid retention and release. But perhaps the most surprising factor is this. Many of the most common foods and drinks in the typical North American diet are quietly acting as natural diuretics, forcing your body to release fluids long after you've gone to bed. You could be unknowingly triggering these bathroom trips by what you eat at dinner. And here lies the problem. If you don't identify the root cause, you may end up masking symptoms instead of solving them. Over-the-counter sleep aids, reducing water intake, or relying on caffeine to function the next day might offer short-term relief, but they create a cycle that ultimately worsens the issue. Instead, what if the solution were natural? What if it involved simple shifts that align with how your body actually wants to operate? That's what this journey is about. Because once you understand the hidden mechanisms behind nocturia, you can finally make informed changes and not just suppress the symptoms, but resolve the cause. So as we move forward, stay with me. Not only because the next information could shift everything you thought you knew about nighttime urination, but because the way you apply these steps can affect your body in powerful ways. Mistakes in quantity, preparation, or timing could backfire. And this is your health we're talking about. It deserves care, not guesswork. We're about to explore something most people overlook completely. A common daytime habit that silently pushes your body into overdrive at night. It's one of the most important steps in reclaiming your nights. And if you skip it or misunderstand it, the rest of the process becomes much less effective and can even lead to side effects you weren't expecting. Let's get into that now. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever considered that your nightly trips to the bathroom might have more to do with what you consume during the day than how much water you drink before bed? It sounds counterintuitive, but the truth is, some of your most common daytime choices may be setting off a chain reaction that disrupts your sleep long after the lights are out. Let's begin with the modern North American diet. It's no secret that it's filled with heavily processed foods, excessive sugars, sodium, and artificial additives. But what many don't realize is that several of these ingredients act as hidden diuretics. substances that increase urine production. Some of the most frequent culprits: diet sodas, sugar-free gums, energy drinks, coffee, and even certain healthy herbal teas. Take artificial sweeteners, for example. Aspartame and sucralose are common in diet sodas and sugar-free products. While marketed as harmless, they can irritate the bladder lining and disrupt fluid balance, leading to more frequent urination, especially at night, when your body tries to flush out what it couldn't fully process during the day. Another major contributor? Caffeine. It's not just in your morning coffee. It's hiding in iced teas, chocolates, sodas, and even pre-workout supplements. Caffeine is a well-known diuretic, but many people don't realize how long it stays in the system. If you consume caffeine after 2 p.m., it can still affect your bladder hours later, even after you've gone to sleep. Then there's the salt trap. Excessive sodium, which is prevalent in processed and fast foods, creates an imbalance that forces your kidneys to work overtime. The body tries to correct the salt overload by pulling water from cells, which increases blood volume and triggers urination. Think about your last few dinners: frozen meals, pizza, chips, restaurant takeout. These choices may be subtly contributing to your nightly interruptions. Even some seemingly healthy choices may not be as innocent as they seem. Herbal teas like dandelion or hibiscus are often praised for their detox properties. And that's the catch. Their diuretic effects can persist into the night if consumed too late in the day. Without realizing it, you might be drinking something at 6 or 7 p.m. that is still prompting your bladder to work hard at 2 a.m. But here's the twist. It's not about avoiding these foods entirely. It's about timing and awareness. The body has natural rhythms, and when you align your eating and drinking habits with these cycles, everything works more smoothly, including your bladder. For instance, consuming your last caffeinated beverage before 1 p.m. and shifting heavier meals to lunchtime instead of dinner can make a world of difference. Replacing salty snacks with potassium-rich foods like bananas or sweet potatoes in the evening can help balance fluid retention. Even adding more magnesium to your diet can relax bladder muscles and reduce urgency. You see, your body isn't malfunctioning. It's responding to stimuli it was never designed to handle so frequently, like the constant barrage of artificial compounds and erratic meal patterns. When you begin to remove these triggers, or at least manage them with smarter timing, your body responds surprisingly quickly. Many people report fewer nighttime bathroom visits within just a few days of adjusting these habits. And here's something truly empowering. Once you understand these hidden dietary saboteurs, you can take back control without medication or extreme measures. You start working with your body, not against it. The result? Deeper sleep, better energy, and less stress throughout the day. But be careful. Simply cutting things out won't solve the whole picture. There's another piece to this puzzle, and it has nothing to do with what you eat or drink. It's about what your organs are doing silently in the background, especially at night. Ignore this part, and all your efforts may be in vain. Worse, you could trigger effects that create a whole new set of problems. And that's what we're diving into next. So far, we've uncovered how common foods and drinks can quietly sabotage your nights, leading you to believe your bladder is the main problem when the truth goes deeper. Much deeper. Because even after cutting back on caffeine and watching your sodium, many people still find themselves waking up in the middle of the night, night after night. Why? It's time to shine a light on two often overlooked heroes of your health, your liver and kidneys. These organs work silently and tirelessly to filter toxins, regulate hormones, and maintain your body's internal balance. But when they become overburdened, especially due to years of poor diet, environmental exposure, and chronic stress, the effects start showing up in subtle but disruptive ways. And yes, one of the first signs is nocturia, nighttime urination. Let's start with the liver. It plays a central role in breaking down and neutralizing harmful substances. At night, while you sleep, your liver enters a critical phase of detoxification. But if your liver is overworked, this process becomes inefficient, and your body attempts to compensate by pushing excess fluids through the urinary system, often at exactly the time you're trying to rest. And then there are your kidneys, responsible for filtering your blood and removing waste through urine. They operate 24/7, but their rhythm changes based on your body's internal clock. In a healthy state, they slow urine production at night. However, if they're dealing with a backlog of excess sugars, synthetic chemicals, or imbalanced electrolytes, that rhythm becomes distorted. Instead of slowing down, they keep working full speed ahead while you sleep. This can create what I call an invisible pressure on your urinary system. You may not feel pain or discomfort. You might even pass all your daytime checkups. But the problem is there, building in the background. And your nightly trips to the bathroom? That's your body's quiet cry for relief. One of the main culprits is something we encounter every single day: chronic, low-grade inflammation. This state is triggered by factors like high-sugar meals, processed oils, sedentary habits, and even long-term exposure to cleaning chemicals or plastics. Inflammation affects your organs' ability to self-regulate. Your liver may become sluggish, your kidneys may struggle to concentrate urine, and your bladder, caught in the middle, becomes overactive as a result. But here's the good news. You can support your liver and kidneys naturally, often with simple, low-cost changes. Foods like beets, leafy greens, lemons, cranberries, and parsley all have powerful cleansing properties. Drinking warm water with lemon first thing in the morning can stimulate liver enzymes. Adding a handful of fresh parsley to your meals supports kidney detox. Small actions, repeated consistently, create real change. More importantly, these organs need rest to heal. Late-night meals, alcohol, and screen time delay your body's natural detox rhythm. By giving yourself a longer fasting window between dinner and bedtime, you allow your liver to work more efficiently. Cutting out just 1 hour of late-night screen time can also reduce cortisol levels, easing the strain on your filtration systems. And here's something most people never consider: your emotions. Stress and anxiety increase levels of certain hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which can directly impact your kidney function and blood pressure. Calming practices like deep breathing, light stretching before bed, or even 5 minutes of silence can dramatically shift your body into a state of rest and repair. You don't need extreme cleanses or expensive supplements. What you need is consistency and a willingness to listen to the signals your body has been giving you all along. These organs are resilient. They can recover, and when they do, your bladder will finally get the rest it deserves too. But be cautious. If you only support your organs without addressing the behavioral triggers that keep this cycle going, you might undo all your progress. There's a pattern happening every day, often without you noticing it, that may be silently setting off this nightly struggle. Ignoring what comes next could not only limit your results, but also lead to further complications down the line. Let's bring that pattern into the light. Throughout your day, without even realizing it, you may be reinforcing a cycle that keeps pulling you back into the same frustrating pattern of waking up at night. Not because you lack discipline, not because you're doing something wrong on purpose, but because the very structure of your day, your meals, your movement, your screen time, even your stress, is quietly creating signals that confuse your body's internal clock. And that confusion spills over into the night. Let's talk about one of the most common but underestimated habits: eating too late. In modern life, dinner often becomes the biggest, heaviest meal of the day, eaten between 7 and 9 p.m., sometimes even later. It's often rushed, paired with screens or multitasking, and includes rich, high-fat, salty, or sugary foods. That late meal doesn't just sit in your stomach, it alters your body's hormonal environment. Digestion demands a lot from your system. When you eat late, you elevate insulin levels, increase cortisol, and activate your metabolism at a time when your body should be winding down. The kidneys and liver, instead of entering their nighttime repair cycles, shift back into active mode. This throws off the natural balance and rhythm that should keep urine production low overnight. The result? More frequent urges to go. Then there's the hidden impact of stress. All day long, your body interprets stress signals as danger. Whether it's from work emails, traffic, news headlines, or even intense workouts late at night, these triggers keep your nervous system in a state of high alert. Your adrenal glands pump out stress hormones that disrupt the normal flow of water and salt through your body. This not only affects blood pressure, but also stimulates your kidneys, increasing nighttime urine output. And don't overlook the role of your screens. Blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs delays the release of melatonin, your sleep hormone. Poor melatonin production doesn't just affect sleep depth, it also impacts the secretion of vasopressin, the hormone responsible for reducing urine output at night. That's right, your phone could be part of why you're waking up at 2 a.m. It might feel overwhelming, but the solution lies in reshaping your daily rhythm. Begin by shifting dinner at least 2 hours earlier. Opt for lighter, plant-based meals in the evening, soups, steamed vegetables, or small portions of lean protein. These meals are easier to digest and less likely to disrupt your internal balance. Introduce a digital sunset. 1 hour before bed, dim the lights and step away from screens. Give your eyes and brain a chance to reset. Use this time for calming activities like reading, journaling, or listening to soft music. And most importantly, create a wind-down routine that signals to your body, it's time to rest. This could be as simple as 10 minutes of gentle stretching, a warm shower, or sipping an herbal infusion that supports relaxation and bladder calmness, like chamomile or corn silk tea. Just remember to consume these at least 90 minutes before lying down. Small shifts, practiced daily, can retrain your body to recognize the difference between day and night. When you stop triggering alert mode at bedtime, your organs return to their natural nighttime roles, cleansing gently, restoring balance, and allowing your bladder to stay calm until morning. But don't stop here. You're doing more than avoiding bathroom trips. You're reprogramming your entire system toward rest and repair. The next step is learning about a natural ingredient that has quietly helped thousands of people reduce nocturia without side effects. But here's the catch. Most people use it wrong. And when misused, it not only loses its power, but can actually backfire. What you'll learn next may be one of the most crucial keys to this whole journey. Ignoring it could cost you the results you've worked for, and might even worsen your symptoms if misapplied. Now that your daily patterns are starting to shift, and your body is relearning how to follow its natural rhythm, it's time to focus on one powerful element that can either accelerate your results or silently hold you back. And the truth is, most people have heard of it, but rarely understand how to use it correctly. I'm talking about a natural ingredient that's been studied, praised, and recommended for bladder support and urinary balance: pumpkin seed extract. Pumpkin seeds have been part of traditional remedies for generations, but modern science is only beginning to appreciate their full potential. Rich in zinc, magnesium, and plant-based compounds called phytosterols, pumpkin seeds play a direct role in supporting the prostate, relaxing the bladder muscles, and reducing inflammation that often underlies nocturia. But there's a catch. Most people either consume too little, prepare it the wrong way, or combine it with other ingredients that cancel out its effect. Simply snacking on roasted pumpkin seeds at night isn't going to deliver the results you want. In fact, that can make things worse, especially if those seeds are salted, oil-coated, or consumed too close to bedtime. To access their full benefit, the active compounds need to be extracted properly. That's why the form you use matters. Cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil and standardized extracts have been shown in studies to support bladder function more efficiently than the seeds alone. They're more concentrated, better absorbed, and work synergistically with other nutrients in your body. But even then, timing and dosage matter. Taking pumpkin seed extract in the morning, rather than at night, allows your body to build up its therapeutic levels gradually throughout the day. This provides support before the bladder is under nighttime pressure. Pairing it with a magnesium-rich breakfast, like oatmeal with almonds or a banana smoothie, helps increase absorption and supports the nervous system as well. There's also a deeper layer to its effectiveness: consistency. You won't feel a dramatic shift after one dose, but with steady use over 7 to 10 days, many people report reduced urgency, fewer interruptions, and more peaceful sleep. It works with your body, not against it, and that takes patience and precision. Another tip most people overlook: hydration strategy. When using pumpkin seed extract, it's essential to hydrate correctly. This means front-loading your water intake earlier in the day and tapering off gradually toward the evening. Your body needs water to flush toxins and support nutrient delivery. But if you're drinking most of it after 6 p.m., you're setting yourself up for failure. The same applies to supplements. If you choose a pumpkin seed-based capsule, check for additives. Artificial fillers or poorly sourced oils can not only reduce the effect, but also cause bloating or irritation, counteracting your efforts. Stick with clean labels, third-party tested options, and always start with the lowest effective dose. You may also consider combining pumpkin seed extract with other supportive herbs like saw palmetto or nettle root, especially if prostate health is a concern. These combinations have been studied for their synergistic effects, particularly in reducing nighttime urinary frequency. But always remember, more is not better. The goal is gentle support, not overstimulation. When used properly, this ingredient becomes a quiet ally in your journey, not a magic bullet, but a powerful companion that helps bring your bladder back into balance. It aligns with everything else you've been doing: better timing, better nourishment, better rest. But if you misuse it, take it too late, pair it with irritating foods, or ignore the underlying rhythm of your body, its effects may never show. Worse, you could experience mild discomforts that make you think it doesn't work, when in fact, it was your method that failed you. That's why it's so important to approach natural remedies with respect. Your body is intelligent. It responds to what you give it, when you give it, and how you support it overall. Now you're ready for something even more transformative, because what comes next is where it all comes together. The proper way to prepare and combine everything you've learned into a reliable nighttime routine. Done right, it can not only stop the nighttime bathroom trips, but also give your body the deep, healing sleep it's been waiting for. Ignore this last step, and you risk undoing everything you've worked toward, and potentially creating new imbalances along the way. Everything has been leading to this moment. You now understand how your diet, daily habits, and natural rhythms affect your body's ability to regulate fluid at night. You've discovered the role of key organs like the liver and kidneys, and how overlooked choices like screen time or late-night meals can ripple into your sleep. You've learned how a simple, powerful ingredient like pumpkin seed extract can offer real support, but only if used with intention. Now, it's time to bring it all together in one clear, restorative routine. This routine is not about quick fixes. It's about signaling to your body, the day is done, and it's time to rest, restore, and heal. You deserve that level of peace, and your health depends on it. Start by giving your body a 2-hour window between your last meal and bedtime. This gives your digestive system enough time to slow down, allowing the rest of your body to focus on detoxification rather than digestion. Choose a light dinner, ideally before 7 p.m., rich in foods that are anti-inflammatory and easy to process. Think steamed vegetables, wild rice, or a simple soup with herbs like parsley and turmeric. Next, begin your wind-down phase 1 hour before sleep. Turn off all screens and lights that are overly bright. Allow your mind and eyes to rest. If possible, use soft lamps or candles. This small environmental change tells your nervous system that the stress of the day is over. Now, incorporate the calming elements that support bladder health and promote sleep. Prepare a warm herbal infusion, a blend of chamomile, corn silk, and lemon balm. These herbs gently relax the muscles, support the bladder lining, and help lower cortisol levels naturally. Sip slowly, finishing the drink at least 45 minutes before lying down. With your tea done and the house quiet, it's time for a breathing ritual. Sit or lie down and inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Repeat for 5 rounds. This technique activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and digestion. You'll be amazed at how much tension you carry without even realizing it until you intentionally release it. Now it's time for the supplement that has been waiting patiently in the background. Your pumpkin seed extract. Take it with a small piece of banana or a spoonful of almond butter. This pairing offers magnesium and healthy fats that enhance absorption and reduce any potential for stomach irritation. By this point, your body is already winding down, and the extract can begin its subtle work without being counteracted by food or stress. With all of this in place, allow yourself to rest. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Avoid alarm clocks with glowing displays. If sounds from outside interrupt your rest, try white noise or gentle nature sounds. Every detail matters because you are retraining your body to remember what true, deep sleep feels like. And finally, let's not forget the bonus tip I promised at the very beginning. It's one of the simplest yet most overlooked ways to amplify the effects of everything we've covered. Each morning, within 30 minutes of waking, go outside and expose your eyes to natural light for 5 to 10 minutes. No sunglasses, no windows, just pure daylight. This tells your body that the day has started and resets your internal clock, making it far more likely that your body will reduce urine production naturally during the night. It also boosts your mood, balances hormones, and improves your sleep-wake rhythm overall. When all of these habits work together, they do more than stop you from getting up at night. They restore your energy, sharpen your mind, and help you wake up feeling refreshed again. This is how natural healing happens, not by attacking symptoms, but by nurturing the system they come from. You now have the tools. What you do with them will determine the quality of your nights and, ultimately, your days. Share this knowledge with someone who might be silently struggling. Leave a comment with your experience, subscribe for more natural insights, and remember, your body was designed to heal. You just have to give it the right support at the right time in the right way.